right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for getting out here tonight. These concerts, it seems like a long work in progress, but this night is always one of my most favorite nights of the year. I love the sixth grade holiday concert because the music at the holiday time is great, and the sixth graders sharing the stage with the high school kids is a pretty sweet experience, hearing the beginners and the veterans. With the 7th and 8th graders today, this has been a long couple months of hard work on some tough stuff. If your kid is a 7th grader, hopefully you're going to hear a big difference between 6th grade and 7th grade. We're definitely asking a whole lot more of them as they venture into harder music, as we try to prepare them for what lies ahead. And every year it's a real joy to see my 8th graders grow from 7th graders, as we know them, to outstanding 8th graders who take on great leadership roles. Our first tune tonight is called Tundra, and when I picked this one, every time I spend summertime listening to new music and different music and trying to figure out what it is that is going to teach the kids what I hope they learn. And a piece like Tundra for our winter concert sounded perfect. And fortunately for us, this is not working out like last year. We had to reschedule this concert twice last year because of tundra-like conditions out there. And this time we're happy to get this in before the snow hits. So the first one here, hopefully it will stir up some images of a long, slow, possibly perilous trek through Antarctica. So you can hear there's a lot of tricky stuff in there that the kids have spent seemingly hours working on in school, and I'm very proud of them. It was a great job tonight. Our next tune is called Zombie Dreams, and again, whenever I'm trying to find music for them, I'm looking for something that will teach the things that the music department has decided needs to be taught to these kids, but also something that's fun and interesting and maybe something that they haven't heard before. And zombies have kind of been all the rage on TV and in movies lately and everything, so I found this one. And in this one, you're going to hear zombies. It sounds like zombies coming at you. You're going to hear a zombie dance. You're going to hear a zombie fall in love. And then the end is called a zombie chase, and I think it's when he met his zombie love's father. So this is a great tune. It's called Zombie Dreams. All right, our third number here. Every year they ask me for something that they already know or that they have heard on the radio. And I always gripe about doing it because half the time when I pick something that they're familiar with, half of the band says, yeah, I love this song, and the other half says, oh, we have to play this song and I hate it. But so this year, the pop tune that I picked for them is called Thunder, and it was a big hit last summer by Imagine Dragons. And we've had a lot of fun playing it, and we hope that you enjoy this one as much as we enjoy playing it for you. And they always put spectacular endings on those pop tunes, like sudden cut. And it's a miracle when we all end together. Like, that's my biggest worry as we're going through that tune. Before we get to our last tune here, everybody, I can't thank you enough for the continued support that you give your kids. I know it's not always easy to fight the practicing battle and everything, and I am fully aware of what their practice habits are and everything. But what they're doing on stage here, making music for people and the things that they're learning along the way are really important to society in general. And as they move on from me, 8th graders, or 8th grade parents, your kids are about to go through course selection. They'll get a chance to meet with Mr. Richardson later this week and talk to some of the high school kids and everything. And I think that if you talk to most of the high school parents, they will tell you just how much they and their kids will never regret the decision that they made to keep playing. And I hope that your 8th graders do continue. One of the best things about my job is that I get to meet them in 6th grade and I get to follow them the whole way through and be a part of their music careers and everything the whole way through high school. And I'm just really grateful for a great staff here at the high school that nourishes them, and it's amazing how quickly they outgrow me too. Like I see the 9th graders through the marching band season, and then after that I'm pretty much gone until next summer, and it's in the short time that they're without me, it's amazing how much they've outgrown me in the middle school already. But I'm always so proud of them by the time they get done here, and my 8th graders have just done a great job so far. And the 7th graders, it really, really is amazing. If you would compare the music that they were playing in 6th grade to the music that they're expected to play in this concert, we can't give them stuff that is super easy or maybe right next to what they were playing in 6th grade because we don't want our 8th graders to be bored to tears. And they do a really great job of stepping up to the plate. More importantly, they're just, like when I come to school in the morning, there's usually a herd of them sitting on the little futon outside of my office, greeting me with a smiling face no matter what kind of morning I've had. And they're just really great kids. And they're fun to work with and they're fun to teach. And they are solely responsible for most of the gray hairs that I'm getting right now. But they're hard-earned and they're worth it too. So thank you for your continued support. In the spring, we do have a Music in the Park trip coming up in the spring. We haven't heard too much about that up until this point because we're trying to work out transportation details, but that's all coming. You should be hearing from me within a week for the band, chorus, and orchestra kids on that trip. And finally, our last tune here. Most band directors will end with a march all the time, and I don't always end with a march. But this year I found a march that I really liked, and we played this one for the Veterans Day Assembly earlier this year and had a really great student conductor for it. Right now, it's just a great way to end a concert. And at one point, I will turn around and ask you to clap along, and all I ask is that you watch the conductor. All right? All right, so this is a march called His Honor. right, so tonight, thank you very much again for coming out. In between each group tonight, there is going to be a little bit of a stage setup. It's a great time to use the bathroom if you need to. If you have to pick your kids up after their performance, we're going to ask that you wait in the cafeteria. We will send them to you there. These kids are going to put their stuff away. They're going to come around the cafeteria. You can grab them there if you need to, and then we're going to come sit up here and watch the rest of the concert this evening. Thank you very much for all of your support and for being here tonight. Enjoy the rest of the show. Very quick.